Guys, never in a million years did I think I would be making this video, to be honest. Like, I always told my parents that I'm not moving out until I'm 30, but it happened 12 years earlier.
It's Jake though. Todd, can you play that again?
Yeah, you got that yummy, that yummy, that yummy. Yeah, you got that yummy, that yummy. Say the word on my way.
Hey YouTube, so welcome back to my channel. As you could tell by this title, you already know what this is about, and I know a lot of you are surprised because for most Americans this doesn't usually happen, at least not that I know of. Like, I know some parents will kick out their kids as soon as they turn 17, 18, but other than that, this situation here doesn't really come around too often for many 18-year-olds. And yes, I'm 18. Okay, so I moved out of my parents' house, and I'm just gonna be talking about why and how I did it. I think if I get into more of the reasons why, we could better understand like how I started to do that process. So here I am starting college, and yes, I'm in my room right now. I'm in the apartment that I do live in. It's really nice. Like, my room is nice. It's nice and it's cheap for me. It's a good situation for me. So anyway, so I'm starting college and I am a film major. And how do I explain this? So I always wanted to dorm, and so I figured, like, you know, it wouldn't be that expensive since it's a SUNY school. And when I went on all the college tours for the school that I do go to, the prices seemed, you know, doable. And so I signed up for dorming. I was just like, okay, I paid the deposit for dorming, so the semester rolls around. Now it's like, now I have to pay the tuition fee. So my dad and I, we log into my account and we're ready to pay for the first semester, and it's this ridiculous price because of dorming, like something totally just unaffordable for us. So I called up the financial department of my school. I was just like, hey, please accept me from dorming, I'll be commuting. And they took away the dorming fees, and it made it so much more affordable. My dad paid for it out of pocket, first semester, no problem. And so now I'm starting off the school year commuting, and I live 45 minutes away from the school, but every morning it's horrible traffic, so it makes it a good hour to get to school and back. So I'm doing this commute there and back, and as a film major, you really have to network with your classmates. You really have to just network with people on campus, because you need to get actors, you need to get people on your set, and you can't really do that if you're never there. I was known as the girl who shows up to class and then goes home right after. Like, that was me, and that's not like really a great look, because it's just like, if she's never on campus, then I could never ask her to be on my set. I can never ask her to, you know, help out or act or this and that. So it was really rough for me, because my first semester, and yes, I'm still a freshman. I'm about to be starting my next semester like in a few days. So my first semester was really rough because I wasn't really communicating with the kids on campus and the kids in my major, and it was just hard, because I felt like this outsider, and when I'm supposed to be working and being friendly and networking with everybody. And I don't really care about the friendships. I really care about the networking, because at the end of the day, I have friends outside of my major. I don't really need tight-knit friends inside of my major. As long as we establish this nice networking basis, like, I could text you if I need you on my set, and you could text me if you need me on your set. But that relationship just wasn't happening with no one. No one was getting in contact with me for anything. So I felt like it was because I was never there. I was only there when it was time to go to class, and that's it. And maybe once in a while they would see me on campus for like a party or something, but like that was it. So the semester is ending, and we have this our final film to make for the semester, and a lot of people, no one asked me to be on their film set, but of course I'm asking people to be on my film set, you know, at least I'm trying to create, you know, a line of network, rather than having people come to me. But it would be nice if people would come to me, right? So I'm asking people, and this semester going back, I know it's gonna be even more hectic because we're supposed to be creating our freshman film this upcoming semester, which we only, like, as soon as we get back, we have to start filming within the first 2 weeks. So it's gonna be even more hectic, and I feel like I really don't have that connection with anybody in my major to even ask them to be on my set. So it definitely was hard for me. So I remember not really being given any scholarships. I remember not, like, anything. Like, so when I applied, I didn't get any scholarships. I only got what student loans I could take out. And I am a big believer in, if I don't have to take out any loans, then I'm not going to do that. I do not want to be in debt after college. Like 90% of people who go to college, like, I'm not trying to be in debt. If my parents could pay out of pocket for my college just fine, then cool. So I went to the financial department. I was like, look, I really need to be on campus come next semester. What's your cheapest thing that I could do? And they said the cheapest thing would be $5,000 and plus an additional $2,000, because if you dorm on campus, you have to get a meal plan. That's a must. Like, you can't be on campus without a meal plan. They require you to have a meal plan. It's mandatory. So it would be an extra $7,000 for my with the tuition I'm already paying, which was ridiculous. So the cheapest thing that they had for me was $7,000, and they do not offer, like, they didn't offer me any scholarships. Still to this day, I'm not getting any scholarships. I really would have to go out of my way to get scholarships, but it's like, I could get scholarships, and I do look for scholarships. I've applied for many scholarships, but my tuition is already so cheap that, like, I would be paying close to nothing if I was to get a scholarship. So but like, that additional fee was ridiculous to dorm. Like, plus I have to share my living space with somebody, and I have to share showers with people, and the food on campus is not that great to have a mandatory meal plan. Like, it's really not that great. But hey, so I talked to my dad about it. I was just like, so I went to the financial department. These are the fees that they told me. This is the price range. The prices literally range, the cheapest being $7,000 in addition to what I was already paying, and the most expensive would be $13,000 in addition to what I was already paying in tuition. So that was ridiculous. My dad was just like, look, like, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you, I can't do that. You would have to take out loans, and I'm not trying to take out loans. So I'm over here really just upset. And one day I got on the phone with one of my friends, and I was telling him how upset I was, and he was just like, hey, why don't you just do a sublet close to campus or an off-campus apartment? And I'm like, you could do that? I was like, you could do that? He was just like, yeah, you could do that. Your school probably doesn't promote it, but like, there's definitely kids on campus around the area, at other campuses, trying to get together, get apartments, and figure situations out to make so that they could be close to campus without having to pay the ridiculous dorming fees. And so here I am doing my research. I'm on Craigslist. I'm on every website there is to look for roommates, to get roommates, to do whatever is possible so I could get up out of this house and start being closer to campus and networking. So I found a lot of apartments. I found a lot of people renting out rooms, but the kitchen wasn't available for my use, but the bathroom wasn't available for my use, just the room. And I was like, okay, there was some rooms that I would have had to pay $800 a month for just the room. I don't even get the kitchen. And I was just like, that's a little crazy. That's a little crazy for just a room. There was some rooms that was for rent for $12,000, $2,400. Like, there was just a room, guys, not even a whole apartment. And I was like, that is a little ridiculous. So then I went to Facebook, and Facebook is where I found the apartment that I live in now. So I went to Facebook, I typed in a whole bunch of random things like looking for roommates or apartments for rent in this area close to my school, I just, guys, I was on, when I told you I was up for all types of hours looking for roommates, looking for apartments. Boom, I found these two girls on my open forum of my school who was also looking for roommates, who wanted to move in for the up and coming semester and be roomies with each other. So boom, I linked them, I messaged them. We're messaging, we're talking about, you know, our financial situations, what prices would be good for, you know, suitable for us. We all come to a conclusion like, hey, if we could find something that's $1,800 a month, that would be $600 for each of us to pay, and that would be amazing. So that would be super cheap, super amazing, and we could all still have wiggle room for extra things that we need to buy, like hair, makeup, groceries, So we did find an apartment, but paying first, last, and security became a thing that I never even knew about. Like, as a teenager, I didn't know that. Like, I thought you just come up into the apartment with your stuff, and you pay first month's rent. But no, apparently there's a first, last, and security. So that basically means that's 3 months of rent that you have to pay, boom, starting off. And that doesn't even technically cover you for the first 3 months. So you're paying $1,800 as soon as, no, if we was to pay $1,800, $1,800 times 3, whatever that is, that was, I think, almost $54,000, not $5,400 just to move in for this place that we was looking at. And it was just so ridiculous. All of us would have had to pay damn near $2,000 just to move in to cover the security first and last months, and then after that, that would only cover 1 month of rent technically, and then after that we would have to start paying the actual, you know, price of the apartment. Basically, it was just really crazy. We thought it was gonna be cheap, but here we are, not knowing about security deposit, first, last, and it's actually expensive to start moving in. So I'm looking at cheaper places, and guys, amongst me and these two other females that that actually go to my school, we're trying to look for an apartment. I'm the only one who's grinding. I'm sending a whole bunch of different options into the group chat. I'm texting the group chat every day. How's your day, guys? Look, I found this place. Let's schedule an apartment tour. Let's do this. I'm scheduling apartment tours. I'm looking for different places. These girls are chilling. These girls are not doing nothing. They're not. I felt like it wasn't as urgent to them as it was to me, and I wasn't messing with that, to be honest. So after messing with them for a little over a month, I decided to, because at first I was like wholeheartedly like putting my trust into these girls, like, yeah, but in the back of my mind, one of them didn't have credit, and the other one was, their situations was just all over the place. So in the back of my mind, I'm like, I low-key didn't trust these girls, and I just basically had to start looking on my own. So even though I didn't tell them yet, I just, because they was starting to become my plan B. So even though they was my plan A, they started to become my plan B. So I started to look for sublets and roommates. No, because the sublet thing was way too expensive for myself to pay alone. So I scratched that off my list. Then I found roommates, and then I was just like, okay, that's a possibility. We'll keep that to the side. And then the roommates that I did find, very unmotivated, didn't seem like this this was an urgent situation for them to find a place to live. Mind you, one of them was about to be homeless. Literally, at the end of the first semester, she was about to be homeless. So I'm like, why is this not as urgent to you? We would go on apartment tours and she would pick out every little picky thing about the apartment, like, oh, there's a hole in this wall, there's a bug right there. I'm like, sis, you have no room to complain. You're about to be homeless. You're about to be homeless. These are things that we could easily fix, like plaster up the hole, put some borax acid down on the floor, get rid of the fucking bug. We're fine. Like, you know. But she was just over here complaining, and I was like, she was getting my hopes up, because I was just like, these are things that we could fix, and every apartment was a little problem for her. And so anyways, long story short, I pushed them to the side, but I didn't tell them that I was looking for apartments on my own. So I'm still on Facebook, I'm still doing my research, still typing in every little thing, every keyword, everything. Boom. I find this post that was posted a month ago on my school's open forum of this girl who needed an extra roommate, because this roommate was about to move out and she needed somebody to take her room so they could continue to keep up with the rent. And I was like, amazing. So I hit the girl up. I'm a little nervous because I was just like, this was posted a month ago, hopefully it's still available. And it's like 2 o'clock in the morning because I was doing research since 8. Now it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I finally find something. I'm hitting up the girl. I'm just like, look, hey, my name is da 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 da. I go to the da da da. I go to this school, and like I'm available. Like you said that it would be open January 10th. January 10th is the day that I moved in. January 21st is the day that I start the new semester. So that move-in date was perfect for me, and it was the new semester would be right around the corner after I moved in, so that was perfect. So I'm hitting her up, I'm waiting for a reply. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, and she's just like, hey, yeah, this room is still available. Like, the girl moves out on January 10th, you can move in January 10th. And I'm like, yes, 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 yes. So, and she's just like, rent is only $600 a month. No, she says rent is only $650 a month. I'm like, in my price range, thank you. And then I come to check out. I do a little apartment tour. I come see what I came to see what would be my room. I took a look at the kitchen, took a look at the bathroom, like perfect. And so then when I came to the apartment tour, she tells me rent is only actually $600 a month. I'm sorry that I said $650. So I'm like, even better. So move-in day comes, I move in. And by the way, I did have to end up telling the 2 girls that I originally was gonna be roomies with, looking for an apartment with, I ended up telling them, hey, like, where's my phone actually? I can read you guys the message. I was trying to be really nice because hold on, I have to find it. Okay, so this is what I told her. I said, hey guys, this was December 12th, by the way. This is because I found this apartment pretty early on. Like, I found it almost a month and a half in advance before I even moved in. So I'm like, and by the way, guys, I was starting to look for like other options other than dorming around almost mid first semester towards the end of my first semester. So that's when this whole process started. So anyways, I was like, hey guys, due to the lack of effort for searching and finding a place together, I took it upon myself to find a room for myself. I wanted to tell you guys that there is nothing I have against you. I just wanted to get the search over and done with, and I felt like this wasn't on the top of your priority list. I mean well, and I do hope you guys find a place like I did. Have a nice winter break and happy holidays. So this was when it was pretty solid. Like, I did the apartment tour for this place. I spoke about prices. We spoke about the move-in date. Like, now, like, me moving into the place where I live now is pretty solid. And I was just like, okay, now I really don't need them as a backup plan. Now it's time for me to tell them, instead of stringing them along, acting like we're gonna get a place together, when in reality, I already found a place for myself. So I was just like, it's pretty messed up if I keep stringing them along, because then that means they have to work 10 times harder to find a place without me, now that I'm not gonna be a part of the team. So yeah, that's what I told them. So anyways, so to move in, I only needed first month's rent and a security deposit, which was only $1,200. I did 600. My parents did 600. Boom, I moved in. I get the check 2 days later after I moved in. I never met the landlord, by the way. I gave it to his family that lives downstairs, and basically I was just like, here's a check, you know, thank you for helping me, thank you for giving me the key, thank you, da da da, for the smooth transition of moving in, da da da. I gave them a check, $1,200. Boom. I texted the landlord later that day. I was like, look, I wasn't like look, but like I was just like, hey, you know, I gave the check to your family downstairs, which is like this old couple. I think it's like his parents or something. It's literally like this old lady and this old guy, like super cute. So I was just like, I gave it to them downstairs, da da da, and he was just like, oh yeah, they told me actually you overpaid, you gave me $1,200. The check was supposed to be actually only $1,100 for first month's insecurity. And I was just like, and he was just like, yeah, rent is actually only $550 a month. Mind freaking blown, guys. I was like, cheaper, what? So I was just like, you know what, like, so sorry, I thought it was a different price. But he was like, yeah, you know, no problem, I'll just take the extra 100 that you did give me, put it towards next month, and then next month you only have to pay me $450. I was just like, amazing. So yeah, so rent actually ended up being way cheaper, and which is great for me. Only $550. I get my own room, I get a kitchen, I get a bathroom that I only share with my other 2 roommates that live here. They're barely here. Like when I say barely here, girl, they're barely here. So it's like, I'd rather share a bathroom and a kitchen with 2 other girls than living on campus paying between anywhere from $7,000 to an extra $13,000 aside from my tuition, sharing bathrooms, sharing rooms with anywhere up to 4 to 10 other people sharing a bathroom. I think the most people I've seen in one room was 3 people in one room. And I think it really depends on what kind of apartment building situation you have on campus, because I know that there's like, sometimes there's only 1 bathroom for an entire floor, and I've also seen bathrooms in people's apartments, and I've also seen multiple bathrooms every 5 rooms, or there's different situations. But I'd rather have my own room, my own space, my own kitchen that I share with 2 other girls, and a bathroom that I share with 2 other girls. They're very nice, they're very humble people, they're very kind-hearted, they're not messy at all. Everybody stays to themselves. I barely see the landlord, and I never met the landlord. I barely see my roommates. Like, this is such a great situation for me. And guess how far away it is from campus? 10 minutes. Only 10 minutes away from campus. And yeah, so girl, I'm living swell. That's so much better than a 45-minute drive, so much better than a 45-minute to an hour drive there and back. And I know one of my latest classes next semester is gonna run till 10:15 at night, so nobody's trying to drive an hour home after that class. Like, blessed it. Like, God was really looking out for me, guys. Like, like honestly, I'm so happy that I found this place. And it was never really my intentions to up and leave my my family and my house that I do call home. You know, it was really sad. Like, it was really like a big, like, it really hurt to leave, basically. I think I'm about to run out of space on this camera, but yeah, it really hurt to leave. I know my parents are sad, but basically I'm gonna be keeping oh. Okay, I ran out of space. My eyelash is crooked. Oh my goodness, I ran out of space on my computer. I mean, on my computer, on my camera. But yeah, so as I was saying, it was really sad, basically. And I'm gonna be basically keeping this apartment for the rest of the 4 years of college, even on spring breaks, summer breaks, winter breaks, I'm gonna be keeping this apartment, because if I have to move all my stuff out for a little break, then they might as well have somebody who could stay here on a permanent basis. So I will be staying here on a permanent basis until I finish my degree. And maybe even after I finish my degree, because technically I don't have to be a student to live here. I think one girl is a student at the same college that I go to, and one of the girls who lives like adjacent from me, she's just a working girl who lives here. I think she used to actually go to a different college in the area, but technically I could keep this even after I graduate. Or my plans after I graduate is to either stay in New York for an extra year and a half or two and get my money up, and then move to Atlanta, Cali, or anywhere besides New York. Even though I love New York, I've been in New York my whole life. Like, I'm done with New York. I am finito. I am done with New York. Okay, but but yeah, so that was how and why. But now we're gonna get into a little bit more of why. Okay, so I moved out, as I said before, because I needed a better situation to be able to be like closer to campus, on campus as much as I want to be, without having to worry about driving an hour back home super late at night and XYZ. So now I also feel like, as an artist, I've been an artist my entire life. I built a whole art portfolio of these crazy paintings, these crazy drawings, everything. Like, I'm an artist. Like, I paint, I draw, I film. I used to be into fashion. I used to make my own clothes, guys. Like, anything that you could think of. I'm into interior decorating. I'll give you guys an apartment tour. That's also something that you guys can look forward to. But I am an artist all the way around. I'm an artist. I like to write poetry, like everything art, anything art that you could think of. That's me. So yeah, so as an artist, I also felt like I needed a new change. Like, I feel like college is really like a place where you could find who you are as an adult and as a person, and I couldn't really do that if I couldn't really start this new journey if I was stuck at this old place that I was living in, which is my house, which is my home. But I didn't feel like I could really do that there. And plus, it was also really, like, just to get into a little personal stuff, it was just really toxic toxic in a way, like just so many like arguments and stuff like that. That's a story for later. But like, I just didn't want to be there anymore. Like, I love my family, but like there was just always something. And I honestly feel like to save my mental and to save my creativity, I had to get the fuck out. I had to get the fuck ASAP. I had to leave. I had to leave. And I honestly feel like, depending on your situation, like if you just want to move out just because you're tired of your parents' rules, this and that, guys, like, moving out is really not bad. It's not that serious. Only move out if you have to. Like, if you feel like you need to move out to save your mental health, move out. If you feel like you need to move out to be closer to whatever you're doing, whether it's job, whether it's school, then move out. Like, don't move out just to be that typical teenager who doesn't want to listen to the my house, my rules situation. Like, don't do that, because then you're gonna be wasting your bread over some I didn't want to listen to mommy and daddy. Like, don't be that kid. I'm very mature for my age, so this transition was actually really smooth for me, even though I was a little upset. Like, I've always been mature for my age. I've always been about getting my own bag since I was like 10 years old. I kid you not. I kid you not. So make sure you have the financial needs that you need, and make sure that it's all within reasonable reasons. And just don't move out for stupid reasons. Make sure you're doing it for a good reason. Of course, I miss my family. Like, they're a 35-minute drive away. My school's a 10-minute drive away. Like, things couldn't be better. But I definitely feel like this new journey, like, my happiness right now definitely overweighs my sadness, and I feel like I could do so much. Like, I'm just ready. Like, the new year just started and I got my own apartment, and I'm building good credit, and I have my own car, and guys, I'm just so happy. Like, I'm just so happy. So I definitely feel like the good positive things to come with me finally moving out, and like I'm just so overwhelmed with like happiness. Like, I could cry right now. I could cry right now, but I'm not gonna cry. But I'm just so happy. I'm like, I honestly didn't think that this was gonna be the situation. I thought, honestly, I thought that I was gonna be able to find a situation on campus that was cheaper, but their prices are ridiculous, especially with that mandatory meal plan that you have to have if you're gonna be living on campus. Sorry, I'm getting like congested while I'm speaking. Their prices are just ridiculous. But it was never my intentions, like going into finding something closer to campus or next to campus was never my intentions to officially move out. Like, it was never, I never thought I was actually gonna like be gone. Like, if you see my room at where I call home, it's empty. It's empty. Like, I never thought I was actually gonna leave. Like gone, like adios. And I'm not a bad kid, so it's not like my parents are like, yay, she's moving out. My parents are sad, you know. I'm a good kid. Like, even though they be like, you don't do this, you don't do that, you don't do that, when I finally moved out, it's like, damn, I'm gonna miss all the shit that she was not doing. Like, you know. So yeah, but I have a headache right now, guys. Like, my mind is going 10 miles an hour. But I guess I could also touch upon things that I had to do to actually, actually, you know what, I'm gonna save that for the apartment tour, because along with the apartment tour, I'm gonna touch upon things like how I got certain furniture, the move prices, how I was able to get everything over here, and all of that. So I guess this is an end to moving out at 18, why and how. But I think that's what I'm gonna make the title, by the way. But yeah, like, I'm happy. Right, I'm happy, but I'm sad because I know my parents are like, I feel like my parents feel like they lost a child. Like, I'm here, I'm just not there, you know. But I'm so happy. I feel like I could be my own person now. Not that I wasn't my own person when I was at home, but like, I feel like I could really like test the waters and like see what I want to do, see what I don't want to do, and like just not have to worry. And I don't know, not worry. I wasn't worried at home. I was just on my toes. Like, I was like, I didn't want to do anything. Like, I had freedom, but like I didn't want to push my luck with my freedom sometimes, with like going out and stuff like that. But I'm just so happy I could breathe. Not that I wasn't able to breathe at home, but like I have my own space. It's amazing. Like, my room is amazing, life is amazing, my money, my pockets is amazing. So head on my shoulders. Like, guys, I'm just, at this point, I'm just ranting. Like, I don't even know what to say. But thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna just end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to comment down below. Let me know if you're planning on moving out soon. Tell me the reasons why. Tell me if you need to get the fuck out ASAP. Let me know. Share your experiences if you have moved out. Let me know if you moved out and then you ended up moving back. Like, what's the tea? You know, I want to know the tea. Let me know everything. Don't forget to comment down below, thumbs up this video, and subscribe to my channel for more. I will be posting an apartment tour very, very, very soon, so stay tuned for that. Mwah. Bye guys.
Yeah, I want it, I got it. She think,